A young couple from Birmingham have been found guilty of trying to murder their stepmother after they attacked her with a hammer and a knife. Nabela Tabassum is 19 and Wasif Hussain is 21, wore animal masks before ambushing their stepmother at their family home in Birmingham on January the 29th. The couple were found guilty of attempted murder at Birmingham Crown Court. Hussain started crying as the jury delivered their verdict. Tabassum was also convicted of the same offence. Footage from inside the house showed Hussain hitting his stepmother with a hammer before strangling and repeatedly punching her. She also suffered a stab wound to her arm as she tried to defend herself and managed to survive the attack after convincing the couple to let her go upstairs, where she then called the police. After the attack, they both fled Birmingham and were arrested by police in Bolton in the early hours of the following day. The court heard how they'd met. They'd met back in 2023 online, and upon learning about their relationship, the families decided that it's best that they both get married. Tabassum came to live permanently with the in-laws in Birmingham, and it was a house which the son shared with his father and his stepmother. The trial heard that the atmosphere quickly turned toxic, with the stepmother accusing the couple of using the home like a hotel. She said that the new daughter-in-law didn't pull her weight around the house, she didn't wash up, she didn't do the dishes, she didn't do the cooking, she was just relaxing and chilling, and she got pissed off about that. So she always used to have a go at her. In the days before the attack, the stepmother said that the couple had bought some animal masks as well as a lighter and aerosol can from the shop. The court was told they had planned to burn her and bury her in the garden. In evidence, Hussain stated that his emotions got the better of him and that he blacked out at the time, and he denied that he wanted to kill her. However, they've been done for attempted murder. They're going to be sentenced on the 21st of May. I'm just going to go a little bit more into the defense statements of both of these individuals. So in giving evidence, Ms. Tabassum said she struggled in school and needed additional speech and language support. She told the court she met Hussain online and they spoke for around 6 months before they met in person at Canary Wharf in London. Asked if she told her parents about the relationship, Tabassum said, "No, I hid my relationship with him. My family are a strict household. If they found out about me and my husband, they would cause problems." She confirmed her parents learned of their relationship in November 2023, a month after she turned 18, and she married Hussain on December the 10th that year. The court was told that Tabassum stayed with her partner, his father and stepmother for a week, and went back to her parents' home for a week before returning to the Hussain household in Birmingham on January the 7th, 2024, 3 weeks before the attack on the stepmother. She said, "First of all, it was a loving relationship, then it became horrible." Tabassum said her in-laws kept calling her parents to complain about it, and she also recalled an incident where her father-in-law told her to get birth control, saying she can't have kids yet. She confirmed she and her husband would typically leave the house early and return late, saying every time we came back in the house, there would always be commotion and verbal abuse every single day, just to avoid that we would go out. Tabassum told the court on the morning of January the 29th last year, she received a call from her mother saying she was bringing shame to the family and that she needed to adjust to her in-laws. She said it made her feel really upset and emotional, adding she was trying, but her in-laws were rude, horrible, nasty to her, and they just did not listen to her. Tabassum told her mother that she just had enough. She recalled that she and Hussain spent the day in Birmingham Centre before returning home and being locked out. Tabassum said she called her father-in-law, who was out at work, to request to be let in. After telling the court that she just wanted to end it all, the father-in-law says, "Yeah, if you want to end it, don't do it in the house, do it somewhere else." Tabassum told the court that the stepmother ultimately let them in and then slammed the inside porch door in their face. Turning to the attack later that evening, she accepted she saw Hussain strike the stepmother with a hammer, adding he told her to stand by the kitchen door so the stepmother couldn't escape. Tabassum agreed that she sat on the stepmother's legs after she fell to the floor while Hussain sat on her stomach. She confirmed she got the knife out of Hussain's pocket and handed it to him, saying he was screaming and demanding for it. I felt pretty much scared and obliged to give it to him, and Tabassum denied, repeated, "Kill her," as she passed her husband the weapon. She continued, he was swinging it around. She was trying to stop it so it could have got her hand. Tabassum agreed. The stepmother pleaded for her to help her, but she told the court she was scared if I help her, that the husband would come after me. She confirmed she started crying at the time, saying, I couldn't bear it no more, I was petrified, I didn't know what to do. She said eventually she helped the stepmother up from the floor, explaining, I felt like I regretted what I had just done. Tabassum claimed Hussain only wanted to scare his stepmother with a hammer and not kill her. She further asserted her husband was still grieving for his late biological mother and was not thinking straight, and that his autism was playing up, causing him to black out. Tabassum testified that she had witnessed Hussain black out previously, and basically he will say something to me and he doesn't mean it later on. He will say sorry. Asked how her relationship was with Hussain, she said it was lovable and confirmed she still felt the same way about him. In his defense, Hussain told the court, I really blacked out that day. When it all happened really fast, I was thinking in that moment I was really scared. I didn't know what was going on in my head at the time. I didn't know who I was. I wanted to stand up for myself, for all of the bullying and hurt my stepmother had caused me. I had not intended to kill her or hurt her. He said, I did something crazy. He said, I've never done anything this violent in my life and I definitely regret it now. And I would like to say I never meant to do it and let my emotions get the better of me. So he also stated that when he married his missus, that none of his siblings attended because they did not agree with the wedding, telling him it was too soon and that he was too young and still had a child mindset. He said, I was really scared if I said to my soon-to-be father, no, that let's push the date to next year or two. I felt like he was going to say no and cancel the entire thing and make my wife marry someone else. Hussain confirmed he had autism and said he did not react the best to stressful situations, adding he overthought things. I felt like crying. He told the jury he was 13 when his biological mother died, saying his siblings brought him up while his father did a bit. Hussain described his relationship with his father as on and off, saying sometimes we love each other, other times we hate each other. He recalled that for a week or so before the attack, he basically used to leave their house early and spend most of the day window shopping in Birmingham city centre before coming home late. Hussain said that they did that to avoid conflict and arguments with his father, who claimed he wanted to kick us out. He added, I felt unwelcome and unwanted in the house after I got married. Elaborating on his relationship with his stepmother, he described her as rude and hostile and said, I felt like she resented me. Hussain said he spent time in his bedroom watching YouTube videos to take my mind off things, describing his stress levels as 11 out of 10. He denied there were any plots to kill or hurt his stepmother at that stage. Hussain accepted that later that evening he struck her with a hammer and put his arms around her neck, and he also conceded he had a knife, only to add that he never used it. Further accepting he caused his stepmother harm, he said, I didn't realize at the time because I was so overwhelmed with emotions. I really blacked out that day. When it all happened really fast, I was thinking in that moment, I was really scared. I didn't know what was going on in my head at the time. I didn't know who I was. Hussain maintained he still loved his stepmother, but he said that I needed to stand up for myself for all the pain that she's caused me. Because I thought I should stand up for myself. I wanted to confront her about all the lies she made up and the problems she has caused me. I wanted to confront her and scare her about it. However, I didn't have an intention to kill or hurt her. Because I felt hot, my body was sweating. I could feel my head hurting in that moment. I could feel a lot of rage inside, a lot of emotions, mixed emotions and blackouts. I'm truly sorry for everything that happened that day. I wasn't aware of my surroundings. I wasn't aware of what's happened.